Welcome, guys, to the Fuck Around and Find Out podcast. Today is Valentine's Day, 2023, and we have two different guests with us. We have my extremely stabby wife, and then we have Toxic Requiem from the Discord. We were going to have a regular scheduled podcast, however, then we found out it was a holiday. Somebody decided to say that, hey, by the way, it's Valentine's Day, and we were like,
make a ritual day,
right? Not really. It's a made-up day, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
That other people were busy, so we're like, well, let's just do a really fun podcast. So you probably won't learn a lot on this podcast, but you're going to learn some fun, interesting parts about mycology and love, and magic and love, and all sorts of fun things. All right, so Toxic, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. Toxic Requiem. Not much really to know about me. I study the poison path and the occult, so I'll be adding my particular flavor to the Valentine's Day festivities.
That's what I like to hear.
There you go. Not that says
I'm
Valentine's
looking forward.
Day like poison.
Firo, you might want to not let your significant other listen to that part.
Oh, dude, my wife is very witchy. She's gonna totally love this whole thing. And,
Witchy. Oh, you've been saying that with a W.
Long as she doesn't
I misunderstood that whole conversation.
Oh, he's gonna get ashamed Deadpool.
Yeah. So, what got you into the whole magic side of things, Toxic?
Honestly, when I was really young, I was raised Roman Catholic, and it didn't take very long for me to figure out that was not the path for me. And when I left the church, I started studying other paths, and I found myself more drawn to the natural side of things and the more spiritual connection that I feel when I'm with nature.
And how does that play in
that was the start.
Mycology.
Well, with mycology, especially in those of us who study underworld practices and the poison path, mushrooms are revered everywhere just about for being connected with the underworld. They grow underground, they're decomposers, they represent the entire cycle of life from beginning to end, and renewal as well. So it really fits very well into the path that I've chosen to follow.
Beautiful.
You said I wasn't going to learn anything, Farrell.
Well, I said, but
I've already learned something in the first 2 seconds. So.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that mushrooms grow underground? Not in tubs?
I thought they grew in tubs.
Yeah, in tubs. So what is the poison path exactly? I mean, is it just the study of toxins, or is it just or could it be anything that has an alteration of your physical being?
The poison path really is, it's the study of occult herbology. Basically, the entheogenic plants and plant spirit allies that have been used throughout time to help mankind connect with the more spiritual and mystical side. A lot of them are considered poisonous, or they're spiky, or they're ugly, or they're carnivorous. Things that people tend to be unaware of, they're afraid of, and they shy away from. So I've been intrigued by that side of that particular path, and getting to connect with some of these plant spirits through ritual work, study, like-minded people and such. It's been a very, very interesting journey. And I have learned quite a bit that a lot of these toxic plants are also medicinal when used in the proper applications. And I would not recommend anyone just go out and pick something and try that. It takes a lot of learning.
Oh, dude, millions of our ancestors died by just eating random shit. They're go out there, you're like, hey, Jimmy, try this. You're the lowest man in the pole.
Yeah. Hey, look, this is growing out of a pile of shit. Let's try this one.
People did some weird shit back in the day.
I remember as a young soldier in the Army, I was reading the sergeant's field manual, and it was talking about like if you're in a chemical warfare environment, the first thing that you're supposed to do if you don't have the testing equipment is find the least important person to the mission. Second step, take their weapon.
That's almost always the officer.
They are the most worthless.
It doesn't say the lowest ranking; it says least important.
That's always the
That's
officer.
what we just said. That's what we just said.
Well, that's awesome.
Fun fact.
Oh, go ahead.
In World War I, in trench warfare, with the chemicals that they used, one of their major antidotes for that was atropine, which you find in belladonna, deadly nightshade.
Yep, they still
And
use it to this day. Actually,
trumpet flower and Jimson weed too, right? The trumpet vine
yes.
and Jimson weed. Yeah. We get calls on people the kids who read some shit online and eat the Jimson weed or smoke it pretty often.
Oh yeah, that is not to be taken lightly for sure.
No, definitely not some fun. It's got its uses, but definitely not recreational by a bunch of freaking teenagers.
No, that's how people get really, really hurt.
Well, how did you discover psilocybin and all the fun that it is?
The psilocybin, well, it came about when I was still in high school. Where I live, they grow wild everywhere, and we had a particular patch we would go to, and we'd go out there early in the morning, still dark, and we just walk through the field, thump one, pick one, thump one, pick one, until we'd had our fill, and have fun finding our way back to the car.
Yeah, or class. Art class was amazing, but fuck math. Well, that's fantastic. And then let's ask my extremely aggressive wife. Hey, honey. So how did you discover mycology and magic mushrooms?
I just went down a deep rabbit hole. There was a woman that I'd seen, and she started a mushroom farm, gourmet mushrooms. But anyone who starts gourmet, like, it's an instant rabbit hole to actives. So it's the gateway. Gourmet's a gateway drug.
Gotcha. Nice.
And so it just fascinated me. And then I started trying to grow mushrooms, started learning. And of course, my husband's a sheer genius. So he taught me everything that I know.
And she's only saying that because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Nothing says I love you like growing mushrooms with my husband.
See, she's nice at the moment.
Oh, that's nice.
She'll kill me later.
Yeah.
In our house, we did the flowers and the Valentine heart candies and stuff. And I probably should have got her something too, but I didn't.
You got the birds some stuff, right?
Yeah. You got the birds some fucking seed, but the old lady, not.
That's later. So, Jesus, this is gonna go off the dead rounds. I know. We've tried. We tried. Okay. So when it comes to like love and mushrooms, something that I was reading earlier was that their therapists are now using psilocybin because it stimulates the dopamine receptors and it can kind of cause like, a loosening of ego and stuff. They're using that in therapy with like couples that aren't getting along.
Couple counseling.
They're like, yeah. So they're just like, all right, like, my favorite personal pickup line is here, drink this. And
Nice.
It seems to be roughly what they're doing, right? They're just getting them fucked up, putting them in a room together and doing guided meditation and seeing how that affects them. They're like, you guys are worthy of each other. You guys love each other. And
so they're trying basically to just get a setting to make you fall in love again, basically what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't know if they pay like Barry White or anything like that, but they've had great success with it. They've had great success. Enough that there's entire like an industry starting to pop up about that. And what they're finding is that if they take a whole extract of a psilocybin mushroom, so you got like a baotsaisin or whatever, however you say it, and you've got the full range of alkaloids that they're able to make kind of like a love potion number 9. It won't make people fall in love with you, but it makes you seem a lot more interesting to them.
Yeah.
Does that
it
make
brings you
sense?
open to just about anything, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know, little known fact that's how MDMA came around was because they banned psilocybin in couples therapy, and they were looking for something to use instead, and that's where ecstasy came from.
I did not know that.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Tell me more. Where did this come from? Because I just read the damn article today, but it's been going on for a while.
The doctor's name was Leo Zeff, and I think it was in the 1970s when he was doing the experiments.
That's awesome.
Somebody did some fucking homework today.
We're doing a
Right.
Valentine's show. I gotta come slightly prepared. Come on.
Well,
Well, he's
that's up.
3,000 times better than us. Shit.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm not flying by the seat of my pants, I'm not flying.
Like, my biggest amount of study for today was to glue the arm and leg in opposite places on a Sonic doll. Like,
But it was perfectly masterly done.
So my wife is into the whole kind of like a spiritual side of stuff too. And what's your take on how'd you get into the whole spiritual stuff?
Well, I'm Hispanic. One, we always do like the limpia with the egg. You know, I grew up all around all the brujeria, and you know, you knew the little shops, you knew the card readers, all that stuff. But just the esoteric world, it just fascinates me. You know, the metaphysical. I'm into all those little, you know, superstitions, and you know, I don't know. It's just part of my culture. And mushrooms just amplify everything.
Yeah, I mean,
So you're saying
pretty
you're
much.
quirky.
I mean, well,
I mean, she's married to me, so yeah, she's a little
Wait,
weird.
no, that's a kink. I said quirk.
as we know, a majority of the psilocybin that we get today started out in Latin America, so it makes sense
Yeah.
that it's part of their culture.
Yeah, sugarcane fields is where most of it came from. That's where they get all that.
And
spirit, 'cause
what
if you
was
use
that?
sugarcane here,
What was that one lady that was considered like the mushroom queen
Ama
of Mexico?
or the mother of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Maria Sabina.
There
that's
you
the
go.
one.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she was the one down in Mexico. Yeah, the people
Yeah.
used to go visit her. Yeah, I remember that. That was really cool. Didn't
Hamilton went down there to see her.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yep.
they found they were down there looking for that Zapoteca mushroom, the cool little green guy.
Someday I hope to be cool enough to go
we
on
still
mushroom
haven't
hunting
found that
vacations.
yet.
No, I want to. If anybody out there that's listening and they have that Zapoteca or what is it, Zapoteca?
Zapoteca.
Zapoteca. It's the psilocybin green mushroom. It's like this beautiful, shitty 1960s green. Like,
God help you send me a fucking Photoshop picture of a mushroom and you just make it green.
No, it's not like that.
You want to grow green stuff? I'm your man. I'm
No,
down
it
with
looks-
green stuff.
You mean shades
you
gray.
can't even tell what color it is. You don't even know what color
Great.
it is. Yeah. But no, it's just like, you know, that shitty formica, that lime green jello type formica. It's like that color, but it's like really cool little woody looking mushroom, and it's supposed to be, you know, around about 1.5% or so. So it's pretty strong. But it's we just can't find it anywhere. I find people that claim to have it, but then they show me pictures, and I'm like, that's not it, buddy. You've got something, but that's not it. But the only place I've seen John Allen had pictures of it, and I think that's pretty much it. And then Mushroom Identifier, the website did.
I don't want pictures. I want genetics. Give me
Yeah,
genetics.
right. That thing's cool as hell. So we're talking about love and mushrooms. So what has been your experience with trying to introduce your significant other to, say, mushrooms if they're not into it?
Failure
I'll
every
let you
time
talk
on
it,
my
so.
part.
Failure every time.
She hates you more.
Yeah. Well, how do you have that conversation? Like, do you just go, here, drink this? I mean, because it's worked for me in the past. But
I believe
it's like,
that
what-
his term is just a tip, just for a second. See how it feels.
Yeah.
No, my previous exes, I've brought it up to them, and it's just instantly, no, I don't want any of that. I'll take whiskey. And I'm like, okay, this is getting real healthy real fast.
Well, I mean,
So
whiskey it's one of those loving things that the gods gave us. But
Doesn't whiskey make the pants come off?
whiskey makes
I thought it was tequila.
Oh,
yeah,
that
tequila
too.
makes the clothes fall off. But I do like whiskey makes the pants come off.
Yeah. What a coincidence. I just had some whiskey. Woo!
Yeah. Yay, naked. That's why it's a podcast and not a
Right.
video cast.
Back when I used to make liquor, I made some stuff called strawberry panty dropper, and it was really good
Oh,
stuff.
everybody did that. That was from
Yes,
the home
sir.
distiller. Yeah,
I remember it was
Yeah.
great stuff.
it works. That's where I got my famous pickup line. Here, drink this.
Oh man!
So
Somebody,
when it
somebody,
comes,
I was going to say, somebody sent me some candy hearts today, and it was like handwritten, and one of them said, "How do you like the roofies?"
Yeah.
oh, at the end, you got to wait to the bottom of the bag, right at the bottom of the bag. Like
That's
surprise!
when you find out they're laxatives.
Oh, I saw that meme. That was
Yeah.
amazing. That made me
Right?
happy.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Great. Well, we were trying to talk about Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day is completely made up. It has no basis on anything. Wasn't there? There was a Saint Valentine's.
It's a pagan ritual for what is it? It's like for
No.
fertility or something like that. It is absolutely. I swear
No,
on
no,
Trim's
no.
life.
You're
swear on
getting,
Trim's life.
you're getting Easter mixed up with it. You're
No.
getting Easter
Yeah,
mixed
it-
up with it.
It was originally a Roman holiday called Lupercalia, and
Lupercalia.
it was in between the transition between the Holy Roman Empire and the Romans coming off of their pagan beliefs.
See, he said pagan.
But it was recognized by the church because the festivities would get so out of hand. Like the main event of Lupercalia would be just all the Roman priests running naked down the streets, whipping all the ladies with still bloodied pelts from animals they had just skinned.
So all the priests still
Wow.
celebrate
That's
that
like
today. So we're good.
Basically Tuesday night.
Yeah, pretty much. But then the Roman Catholic Church said, well, if y'all are going to keep celebrating it, even though we say not to, we're going to murder someone named Valentine, and he'll be your martyr. And they
Just
found
randomly
a
picked a
priest.
guy.
Well, they picked a priest who had been marrying Roman soldiers behind the church's back, and his name happened to be Valentine. And when they executed him, he was added to the Christian calendar because most people didn't have regular day calendars, but the Catholics celebrated a different saint every day of the year. So Valentine's Day was easier to remember than February 14th.
Huh. I like the idea of this whipping people with bloody stuff.
Okay.
We should add that back in.
All I heard was pagan.
They took it out.
And at the very end of that celebration, men and women were coupled up together by lottery.
So it's a key party.
Well, I mean that. Well, that definitely keeps out the inbreeding in the small towns. Like back then, that was a big problem, and I think that's why they had a lot of those weird traditions where they wife swap and crap. Is because they'd have
Wait, that's a tradition?
Yeah, a long time ago, man. I mean, the Vikings did it. Everybody freaking did it. That was just to keep inbreeding down because people lived in these tiny little fucking colonies, and so they were just like, here, I've broken mine. Let me break yours, and yeah, they swap.
Yeah, so everyone's an Eskimo brother is what you're saying.
What?
What?
What'd you call me?
An Eskimo brother? Is that what you're saying?
But yeah, no. So that makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's tribes in the Amazon that still do that, but like swap them out pretty regularly.
Do we have directions to this place?
They're not an attractive people. They like, yeah. I mean, like way back in the day, you know, everybody had everybody's first introduction to porn was National Geographic. So
I'm sure they have great personalities. So,
would you like some green macaque brain?
Don't judge a book by its teeth, okay?
That's a horse by its cover. I don't know what
That's
you're
what I
talking
meant.
about.
Yeah. Damn it.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that whole holiday. So why does it sound like wolf? Like Lupin? It sounds kind of like wolf.
Well,
know?
it's also to celebrate Romulus and Remus, the twins who, according to Roman legend, founded Rome. And their backstory is basically their mother put them in a basket when they were infants onto the river Tiber. And as they washed down the river, they were found by a mother wolf who started to nurse and raise them. Later were found by a shepherd who in turn raised them, you know, like humans would. And they went back to the spot where the wolf found them, and that is where they founded Rome. And Romulus and Remus had an argument over who was responsible for the founding. Romulus killed Remus, and that's the legend of how Rome was born according to mythology, but it's a lot less grand of a story in real life.
I like that. I like that story. We should reenact that.
You know, it ties closely to Cain and Abel, so it was easy to fit into the Roman Catholic
Well, a lot of these
transition.
Mythologies are all just repeats of each other.
It's basically like all the movies we watched today.
Yeah. Hollywood doesn't have a single original idea anymore. He seems to know a lot more than us about this holiday. We're glad we brought him up.
I did. I was gonna say, you're asking about love and fucking it's not really my thing.
Yeah, like I've got mine.
If this is about hate and loathing, I'm all in, buddy. But I don't know about this one.
I'm all about the love.
We were trying to talk about love, but because it's Valentine's Day, but to me it's really like the least exciting of all the possible holidays. Like what do you really do? And we're not allowed to talk about blood diamonds, so it's like,
damn it, you just talked about it. You told me I couldn't say a damn word.
Those are like I'm not a big fan. Speaking of diamonds, I'm not a big fan of the whole diamond thing. We got yours was earrings moissanite, right? Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's way prettier than the stupid diamonds, but it's a laboratorium grown type diamond, dude. And it's
you say laboratorian? Is that what you just said? You just say it was a laboratorian?
Laboratorian?
Laboratorian. It's made by a fucking dog or something?
Yes.
It's Labradorian, I believe. Yep.
Labradorian, yes. It's Italian. Yeah.
Edie, get out of my laboratory.
Laboratory. But I love it, man. It's really pretty. It was really nice. It wasn't really much cheaper, like that the same size one, but originally I was gonna get a diamond, but you couldn't. I don't know if they've just been slacking recently, and maybe it was because of COVID, but they just didn't look very pretty nowadays. They're like got a lot of inclusions in them, and like cracks and shit. So,
and I, for one, didn't want a conflict diamond.
I tried to buy a conflict diamond.
No, thank you. I wanted bad juju on me.
No, I wanted one. We're keeping people employed, but I tried to. It turns out if you Google like blood diamond for sale, you just end up on lists. You can't actually find them.
Oh shit! I just typed that. God damn it! I was going with you. That's horrible. I wish you would have finished. I would have started with that part first.
And who doesn't want a diamond that somebody smuggled out of their country in their rectum? You know what?
Rectum.
That's
Damn,
probably where half of the diamonds have been in someone's rectum at some point. Like the real diamonds? Come on. You can't tell me somewhere. I mean, if we have coffee that's been through a kawadi, we have diamonds that have been through a rectum. Okay?
Just say
It
cat.
just sounds.
Just say cat.
It's a kawadi. It's not a cat. It's a type
It's
of.
like a lemur cat fucking mixed hybrid.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking raccoon cat. It's like.
That's what I just said.
Whatever Morgan Freeman said it was. He knows everything about that. So.
A kawadi.
Yeah, this was a great fucking episode. Who came up with this idea? All right.
It was my shitty fucking idea. I take 100%. I take 100% for it.
I just voted that all I did was vote that we name it Mush Love. That was it.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be much love. Yeah, it's gonna be. Okay,
Right.
So then you pick a freaking topic. We can switch halfway through. We can abort. It's fine. We try.
Now we're talking about aborts. Come on.
How many aborts can you eat?
The blocks have a right to choose.
I save all the little aborts and make tea out of them.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, you got your people who are grazers. If they have a big tub, man, by the time they're done harvesting, they might be just pulling out chunks of substrate. They don't know what the hell they're doing anymore.
Listen, when I've been doing these lab casts recently, and I've been doing harvesting on the lab cast, you know, because you gotta show off when you can. And I made a couple mistakes, and I might have slipped, fell, and eaten one on accident. And I'm giggling halfway through. You know, I'm doing these podcasts, doing transfers, and giggling like a little schoolgirl. But you know, it's the best way to figure out which ones you like. Just do it a little bit, just a pinch, just to see how it feels.
Just a tip.
And
Just a scotch.
Yep.
Just
Just for a second. But yeah. So I mean, I've been finding that you know, I usually just tear the head off of something and eat it, or you know.
Yeah, as one does. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But like a praying mantis on these motherfuckers. Sorry. Now I'm hungry. But no,
What is it?
Yeah. Good.
Does anybody know what like the original traditional food was for Valentine's Day? It's got to be something terrible. Like
It's got to be fucking chocolate.
no.
I
They
know.
didn't have chocolate.
It was
back then.
probably fucking blood sausage or something.
Well, you make sausage off the bloody pelt, I suppose. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the virgin heart blood or something.
I mean, it would be hard pressed to find that these days.
Well, not for the priests.
Well, we are totally going to get demonetized. Just like there's absolutely no way anybody's going to sponsor this shit now.
No one would ever get to sponsor this stupid episode.
Well, then, let's make our own fucking commercials.
All right, there we go.
I'll make my own damn commercial.
Klonopin.
This episode is brought to you by Trojan. If we'd had Trojan back then, Deadpool never would have been born.
That's right. You're welcome. So I don't know. Let's see. We could talk about. We could stay in the love department, I guess. You talk about the effects of the psilocybin, how it's basically not love. It's basically what you were talking about earlier when you go ahead and with the therapist when they give it to you. I think it's more because it's a tryptamine. So basically, what it's connected to the receptors and everything. You know, what do they call those things with the body when your body does them? They're called something.
Dopamine.
No, it's endogenous tryptamines, ones that are made, or I like to call them erogenous tryptamines. But I mean, all they're basically doing is making you not hate yourself or hate whatever you were hating before. So it basically is keeping you open to life, I guess you could say. I mean, but so serotonin is the key to happiness, and what a coincidence! Serotonin is basically like psilocybin. Or psilocin. Don't get fucking bitchy.
They're pretty close.
Right? I mean,
That's
they
what
basically look the same.
That's why they use the SSRIs as trip killers.
Yeah.
Or you just watch
Nothing like fucking up somebody's $300 fucking night.
Or you could just watch Deadpool's Labcast for a trip killer. Works good too.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
low
Shots
blow.
fired.
I'm just messing with you, buddy.
It's all right. It's all right. There's
So,
no
like,
greed in my lab.
There's a whole bunch
Hey,
of my
hey.
wife does a bunch of stuff with the manifestations. Like just positive thinking manifestations. She lights what is it? The cinnamon.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm a big fan of cinnamon rituals. So every first of the month, you'll catch me doing my cinnamon ritual.
See, rituals. I would like to talk about rituals.
Let's do it. We got an expert.
That stuff is fun. I like all this witchcraft and wizardry. Fuck it, I'm reading Harry Potter right now. All right, so
that kind of hurt. That hurts. That's not witchcraft and wizardry, dude. That's fucking Disney.
Whoa,
Have you ever read Harry
You
Potter on
watch your
shrooms?
goddamn- Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
She knows.
Did you like my Harry Potter troll picture? It was gorgeous.
oh, that one that looked like Leah Thomas?
Oh, the one where he's holding the lightsaber with
Well,
the fucking
yeah,
long neck. Looks like
well, I asked the art AI to blend Harry Potter and Star Wars, Leia from Star Wars, and then make him hold a lightsaber wand, and it did a freaking phenomenal job. And it was looked like tranny. It was beautiful.
Maybe you misspelled Leia and wrote Leah, because it sure as heck looked like Leah Thomas to me.
Yeah, so I probably did. I'm not an adult. And then I started posting that everywhere because everybody was complaining that the new Harry Potter game doesn't have enough like alternate sexualities in it.
What?
And yeah, that's the new thing, is it cancel the new Harry Potter game. Not because it doesn't $70 freaking dollars.
That was the best thing they could have done for that game. They wanted to bitch about that game. Don't buy that game. You want to know what? It's the best seller in a long time. I guess it's fucking phenomenal game.
I've seen a few people playing it. I haven't really looked into it yet.
Nor have I. All I see are the reviews because Steam keeps.
I'm not about to spend $70 goddamn dollars on a video game. I'm sorry.
$70 freaking dollars for the stupid video game. Well, I started posting that picture like all over the place. It's like, hey, look, they released a new playable character. Holy shit. That was amazing. It was just love it. I love that. I love trolling. That's what I live for.
Why do we need alternate sexual orientations in video games? Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to love their donkey or squirrel or freaking fancy vending machine, I don't care. Like, you can love whoever you want.
Harry Potter game is supposed to be built for kids, though. Come on.
You're talking about the same country that has all these fucking like people teaching. I don't know how to get into it. Right
I mean, I don't want them teaching my kids about straight stuff. The kids don't need to be learning about sex when they're young.
I don't want anybody teaching my daughter about sexuality. Nothing. That's our department.
What was it?
Right.
The My Little Pony, or what was it, like My Pony Friends or whatever? That was supposed to be a kids thing. They turned into bronies and shit. So like, adults are going to take over all that crap and screw it up anyway.
Yeah. Well, they will, but. Yeah. There's no
hope. Have you ever fucked a teddy bear though?
I can't say that I have.
Yeah, me neither.
Like,
yeah, neither have I.
Yeah,
totally.
Just asking.
Yeah,
don't need to be too weird.
Just absolutely an oddly specific question.
Yeah. You ever seen a grown man naked?
What would you name that Care Bear?
Slutty bear.
Catcher.
Bottom bear.
Bottom bear.
Or bear, I guess, right?
Oh, bear. Yeah. Well, you could probably get away with calling it bear for a long time if you're a kid, but nobody's going to catch on.
Yeah, I just think you're retarded or something. Little kid.
That's
bear.
Bear. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Why is it
correct?
That?
Bear starts growing mushrooms. Oh, dude, I saw a novelty grow where somebody grew the mushrooms out of like a stuffed animal. I think it was a Care Bear, right? They took all the stuffing out, they shoved it full of freaking like grain spawn and just let it go.
There's got to be a Care Bear with a mushroom on his belly.
Oh, dude, it was so disturbing. And like mushrooms growing out of his face. It was great.
It sounds fantastic.
Like, this is gonna haunt me. All right, boss. So let's talk about love rituals. Go. How do I make my? How do we do a basic love ritual that's more interesting than putting on $1 cologne and roofing a girl in a bar?
Wow. Okay. Give me a second on that one.
Well, you said $1, right? So is that like rolling up $1, put it in your mouth, and going on the floor in a strip club?
No, that's like those little machines. I don't know if they even still have them anymore. Like the shitty bathrooms, like the dive bars, where you put like quarters in and it gives you like
sprays you with Polo or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's like Sex Panther or something like that. You know?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Every time.
It made of real bits of panther. Made the panther. Smells like Bigfoot steak.
I fucking love that show.
Assemble!
I'm gonna make a soap. That's gonna be called Bigfoot's D. And we're gonna give it away.
That's what I'm gonna call this one right here. That's staring at me this whole podcast. It's Bigfoot D. Big D. There you go.
People are gonna hate this. We're gonna get downvoted into oblivion.
One.
We've got Toxic over there. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm actually gonna have to do something." And
he's like, "I immediately regret this decision."
I'm gonna save this episode. I'm gonna save it. And we're like, I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I just have a lot of books in front of me that I'm looking through.
Beautiful. I'm not allowed to have books anymore.
That's just weird.
What?
Yeah, I kind of want to hear the backstory.
Well, I listen to Audible and I read a lot of books on my phone. It's just that, like, if I get books, I just keep stacking them up. And next thing you know, I got an entire like room full of books. I guess you call it a library, except that
I would love a library.
Organized.
A house library? That'd be awesome.
They're not organized. I don't organize them. They're just like
order.
Yeah, it's just like, oh hey, where do I find the A's? There's no A's. Let me tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you roughly which corner to go to.
But Vanessa, how do you have 75,000 hobbies and not be a hoarder, right?
Exactly.
Right?
But I'm the one that keeps them organized.
We're not hoarders at all.
No, I'm very super clean, so I'm like OCD and shit.
But all of our stuff is like, well, I mean, normal people might have like human hobbies that they do that require other people, and we just make shit. Like, we make stuff. So all of our hobbies involve making things. You like soap or blacksmithing or cheese or
jams,
jellies,
pesto pickles.
We make stuff, like everything. That would be more my wife's thing. I swear to God, she probably has one of me. But just stab it occasionally. It's like that twinge in my back.
Oh, you saw a binding spell ritual?
Hey, that's another one. Let me grab my pen. Write this shit down.
Yeah. That's a true story. Binding spells.
What kind of experience? What kind of experience you got on those, hon?
Mostly candle magic. Sorry, magic. Shit. I'm not even drinking.
Guys, let's see a part of your. That's in your water, I think.
No, but really, candle rituals. I've seen like binding with a cord, a red piece of cloth around candles that are like figurines, like boy and girl figurines. That's the extent.
Well, you have that shop you go down to, right? What's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a freaky candle shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make them.
They're called velas preparadas.
Strippers?
What did you call me?
Close.
No.
They're fixed candles. So you need to have the doors open for you to get a job. You go get a specific candle for it. You need your house to sell. You get a specific candle for it. And they bless them and everything.
Interesting.
I mean, that shop is bumping. Like, there's a huge line.
Is there say a candle all these guys can grow so they might have a chance to win the next competition?
There is a competition.
How come my poster got volunteered as the prize? I didn't make that as the prize.
Okay.
Warcock is my.
What I want to know is,
I just said I was gonna hang it on my wall. I mean,
Thank you, Jesus. Someone take it.
what I want to know is,
That thing is
when are we
glorious.
going to have the trichoderma growing competition? Because I know I'm going to win it.
Dude, if you do a garden, take that trick stuff and put it by your tomatoes. Tomatoes love
I
that
throw
shit.
it off in my compost pile every time I get it.
Yeah, tomatoes just love trick, man. They get huge growing it.
I think that the area I live in is such a high agriculture area. That's why I get it so easy. It's just
Honestly,
everywhere.
They probably do actually spray it because they do that. They do that now because they found, like, for a long, long time, everybody was all about like just chemical. Then they realized that if they add additives to the soil or like work with nature, things grow a lot better.
Well, that's the thing. That's what they're doing now. They're using plants and the overlay plants and everything else. They go ahead and get all the soil back because now all the crops are going to shit because they can't get any fertilizer. So now they're going 100 years backwards, and they're going to have better results.
Yep, and eventually.
Yeah. After 2 years, them getting their soil back up to snuff.
But I don't mind all the trichoderma in the area here. It just makes me a better mycologist.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
My latest tub is looking beautiful in it.
It is. I'll give you that
cry.
one. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Like a virgin on prom night.
Yep. Oh, there she goes.
She liked the name. Well, what did you do for Valentine's Day today, Jim or John? Birds. All right, Toxic, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, I've been looking through some of my books, and I think I found one that might be relevant. Of course, the binding spell. You know, your wife went over the basics of a binding spell, and those are pretty common love spells, honestly. Without using
stabby.
No, there'll be no blood rituals.
What fucking fun is that? Shit. Man, you guys take fun of everything.
One of my personal favorite ones is a love spell from TST, the Satanic Temple.
Yes.
And it.
That was a serious amount of enthusiasm. I think he fell out of his chair.
Yeah, I did. I'm getting back up right now.
And well, basically, what you need for this is matches, lighter, of course, basic items, candles, rose quartz, a particular bath soak. Oh, this one does call for blood, dove's blood.
Yes. Yes.
You need bird blood.
Dove's blood or dove's blood ink, if you prefer ethically sourced.
Wait, hold on. Does ethically sourced
what are these
dove
ethics
blood?
you speak of? What is ethically sourced blood?
How do you get? Wait, who's selling ethically sourced dove blood?
Dove's blood ink is just it's a fountain pen ink called Dove's blood. It can be used as a substitute if you're a vegan or some shit.
Dove hunting.
I was like, wow, like somebody's out there.
She's getting all excited. She gets to go shoot something.
Yeah. So it's like somebody's out there just like there's like a bunch of doves in cages with like IV casts sticking out of their legs. They'll just
Murder
like take a
boner,
drop from each one.
All right, but so basically this ritual, it's effective because it forces you to confront yourself. All too often we latch onto people out of codependency or desperation or chemicals,
Yeah.
without really analyzing whether or not we're a good match for each other. And in this ritual, you sit with yourself and you understand your needs and your boundaries. And it asks you to, consider your history, the mistakes you've made, and see the ways that you may have betrayed yourself in the past. And, you make a commitment to your own happiness and to take responsibility for finding it. You don't put it on anyone else. This is a path of inner strength, like most of the satanic philosophy really is. But basically, you soak yourself in a bath with, you mix an oil out of any kind of carrier oil. I prefer coconut oil. And 10 drops of rose or cinnamon, clove, whichever you prefer. Cinnamon, I guess, would be a pretty good one. And you light your candles and fill your tub up, and you put your oil and your Epsom salt in the tub. And as you're lighting your candles, you say, "Oh, I open myself to my desires. May they consume me as I light this fire." And you just
I've heard that song
step
before.
in, relax. And focus, breathe, think about yourself, think about your past, and just kind of meditate. And where you feel safe, where you can feel love.
Wait, real quick. So you're telling me this love spell is basically me oiling myself up, sitting in a bathtub, and and thinking about myself and the ways that I can hurt myself.
Done.
Right?
This reminds me of that time
every night.
This reminds me of that time I tried that date rape drug, rupees. I think
you're not supposed to take it of yourself.
They don't work. I laid on my kitchen floor all night. Nobody raped me.
God damn it!
Yeah. I don't know
where's the goat bleed? Where's the fucking goat bleed? Who's got the goat bleed? We were doing so good. We had I was sitting here thinking about walking through the whole freaking ritual with my hand. I was like, I can see it's introspective. It's just some cool shit. And then there's and then we got John over there trying to, I don't know, bait someone in. Don't try that ritual, guys. It's proven.
It's called self-mutilation.
No. Try toxic ritual. It sounds great. John's ritual of just taking your pizza and laying somewhere, hoping for the best. It's how you lose a fucking kidney, okay?
Yeah, or at least your anal virginity.
There's a giant, you try in New York, you got a giant sewer rat comes up, drags you underground, just like the freaking pizza rat, it just drags your ass under there and you're a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, Splinter. Talking about Splinter?
Yeah.
But, all things aside, the main point of that particular rite is just to identify what you've been allowing yourself to fall victim to, and building your own confidence so that you don't go out there thinking, oh, well, I cast this spell so someone's going to like me. No, you focused on yourself, you thought about it, you built your own confidence, and now you can go out and get the girl that you want, or the guy, or the non-binary, however, or the dolphin, whatever,
Hey, we do not talk about dolphin rape in this room.
So
dolphin rape is real. It's real.
So what you're telling me, it's more of a self-improvement spell than it is make somebody love me spell.
Yes, a lot of, and since this is coming from the TST's book of spells, a lot of satanic philosophy has to do with inner strength, and a lot of the rituals are more devoted to yourself than anything else, because you have the power inside you. You don't have to rely on somebody else to make you happy. You can do it.
That's surprising.
I do it every night.
I was holding back, Deadpool. I have a joke for everything everybody says. Oh,
I can't hold back though. I have no filter. I can't help it.
It's hard.
You
We
guys
don't
knew
mean to
this
make
when we
light of you.
started.
This is how we communicate, buddy. I mean, we're not trying to make fun of you at all.
No, it's all
it's
good,
not
dude.
far from anything else. Manifestation is the same thing. You manifest what you want. You envision the person you want to be, and you attract that.
Are you saying put it out in the
That's
universe and it'll come back?
Yep. It's called
Mhm.
karma.
Mm.
Deadpool.
See, I hope that's not real. That doesn't even
You
sound
are
good.
fucked.
Ah, fuck.
Is that kind of like yeeting a penguin off of a cliff, seeing if it loves me, it'll come back?
Let's just go for distance. Like,
Yeet.
I'm the kind of guy who's like who would be intentionally feeding the penguins to the leopard seal because I like the leopard seal, right? Like, so I'm just like waiting for the leopard seal to swim by and chucking the penguin out there, Like, but the leopard seals are badass.
They're something else.
I know, but man, Trim, you got to try to see things in more than just black and white, bro.
He can't
Yes,
see
yes,
colors.
yes.
I don't know if that was
Perfect,
intentional,
yes.
but I was fucking.
That
around.
hurt.
Well played.
That hurt.
Well played.
Yes. Oh.
He's always have to just send people pictures of his tubs. Like, hey, is this green?
Perfect. That's perfect.
That
Well
was
played, my
wonderful.
friend. Well
Well
played.
played.
Tricky for the loss.
You might want to pick that mic up. You just dropped. Ouch.
If he had feelings, they'd be hurt. But he doesn't have those things. It's
No,
from the
my
frozen north.
my fragile feelings got crushed years ago.
With his hopes and dreams.
Maybe if you put them out in the universe, they'll come back to you.
Like a penguin off a cliff.
Just yeet them off a cliff while we're at it.
I'm just kidding, Vanessa. He told me to say that.
I'm sorry, but no. I love you, penguin. I love you too. Good luck.
Look at the daisies. Look at the daisies.
Yeah. It plays out like a Family Guy cartoon in my head.
I see another picture or shirt coming.
Oh, dude, this is still going to be a sticker. It's going to be a fucking sticker. It's going to be a sticker. I love you, penguin sticker. It's going to be our limited release Valentine's Day sticker.
That
I
is
fucking
perfect.
love penguin. I still love penguin.
Yes.
Penguins are cool.
They
They're
are.
cool.
They smell
Don't fuck with
terrible.
penguins.
Is it because they're black and white?
Oh. No,
They're
penguins
black and white?
smell terrible. They eat
Their
fish.
shades-
They
their shades
sweat
are
it
bright.
out. And they just.
I thought they were light gray and dark gray.
There's no guessing involved.
But yeah, penguins smell bad. You ever been to a zoo and been like the penguin area? I've
sure it's
actually
just a
seen
shit.
penguins in the wild. They're whole colonies. You can smell it for miles.
Yeah, I've heard they are really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
A friend of mine was stationed in Antarctica for a while, and that's what he told me. He said penguins stink. He said, it's
Well,
crazy.
they just nothing but high fat and protein and fishy stuff. Like they love those herrings and things that are really, really oily. So they like, and it helps them because I mean they release the oils under their skin, but it's all just fishy, super fishy.
Yep.
Bad day.
So kind of like smells like a stripper bathroom.
No, it's gonna be worse. More like a hospital, like a psych ward female bathroom.
Oh, that just
Yeah.
screams the smell of burning plastic and meth,
Yeah, and personal hygiene. Yeah,
or lack thereof. Yeah.
none.
I've
Zero.
never been to a psych ward, thank goodness. Knock on wood. I have been to a prison before. But no, I wasn't in the prison. I was a visitor. Sorry.
I was like just visiting.
Got it clear. I was actually working there. It was a women's prison.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Let's go with the story.
Dude,
Did you
I don't
fall
know.
in love with an inmate?
those women had me scared for my life, man. They were, oh my God.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Talk about getting wolf whistled at. Holy moly.
He's like, I'm a top. I'm a top.
I have a safe word.
Yeah.
But like, no, I've heard from people that work in the men's prison and the women's prison that you definitely want to work the men's prison because it's less violent. Yeah, it's like the women are mean.
Oh, I can see that.
Like, they get, like guys will get rowdy and punch each other, but the girls get mean.
Yeah.
They form like gangs and have like whole gang fights.
Wow.
That sounds sexy.
Yeah, I wasn't that deep into it. I was just working on the air conditioning system, so I didn't get to see day-to-day life. But what I saw was enough.
Yeah, violence.
Are we talking about women's prisons?
I have no idea.
Well,
It's Valentine's Day. Isn't that where you get your girlfriends from?
Listen.
Nah, he sits outside the bathroom.
All right.
He sits outside the shelter.
The homeless shelter. I'm like, you want a sandwich?
Oh, that's bad.
That's pretty bad.
What? I'm being nice. Being nice, man. You
He's-
guys,
it's
you're
community-
having-
it's
I'm
community
sorry.
outreach.
I meant to
Community
mute
outreach.
myself before I said that. I'm sorry.
you guys brought it up. I was just going with it.
It's community outreach. He's just manifesting.
I'm just sending a sandwich out into the world and seeing when I get back. You know, the clap VD. Who knows? Anything's open.
Like, okay, wasn't it? Syphilis came from America, but pretty much everything else came from Europe, right? Like,
I
I'm pretty
believe you.
sure that's how it went. It's like syphilis was like an American thing, and then the rest of the STDs came from Europe.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
you're the medical expert in here, so
Yeah, I was gonna say the only person here that plays with the diseases is you.
I'm pretty sure that's
I've
what it
been
was.
married-
It was like,
I've been married to the same woman since I was 17 years old. Sexually transmitted diseases are not one of my issues in life. Thank God.
yeah, that's a long time.
What kind of rush is that? That sounds like a boring life.
No, that's
I'm just
great. I
kidding.
love
I'm
my wife.
Amazing.
kidding.
That's
Yeah, that's
happy.
really
I
cool.
got lucky on the first try. That's all.
There you go.
Yeah, my
Oh,
wife's super
fucking
awesome.
Sweet and disgusting.
My husband's my best friend.
Yeah,
That's different.
I love my wife. She's great. She's a little violent, and sometimes she fucking surprises me with a random stabbing to keep me on my fucking toes.
You deserve it.
So like,
That sounds.
I'll be like-
to me.
And he secretly likes it.
so like, you
He
know,
likes
you
to be
like
dominated.
it's
Yeah.
I knew
Go
that.
with that story. What are we talking
wait.
about here?
When he
It's
was on
like-
that video cast the other day, he's like, "Oh, I had to make this gimp mask." Yeah, we know where it came
Yeah,
from.
we know where that came from. I'm surprised she let you wear that out of the house.
I wasn't. I was in their office.
No, that's why you were able to wear it. Okay.
But no, it's just like 3 p.m. I'm walking through the house. Out from around the corner jumps the wife with a plastic knife because like she's like shake, 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 shake. She's like, you're like, I'll have to defend yourself. She's like, keeping you on your toes. What happens if it was an intruder? I was like, well, step one, the dog would go crazy.
I got shanked by a plastic knife when I was in high school, and it laid me open. So be careful with that.
She's not careful. She relies on my traumatic experience reflexes to defend myself.
His cat-like reflexes.
No, it's more like
Oh.
shriek and jump backwards reflex.
Yeah, you don't startle people who've been to war when they're sleeping. It's not a good idea.
Oh
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
She doesn't do
I
that
know
when you're
better.
sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
she
wife did
knows-
it once.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped
She
myself
knows-
before I hurt anybody.
She knows how to wake me up. You wake me up by saying my last name.
Yep.
You don't fucking whisper it. You just say it, and then
Yeah.
I'm 100% instantly fucking awake within a quarter of a microsecond. Like,
Yeah, somebody
like-
can walk through my house beating on a garbage can with a stick, and I'll sleep through it. But if they even try to tiptoe through my house, I'm wide awake. It's weird.
Yeah. But she'll be like, you don't shake me and go like, hey, I think somebody's in the house, right? Because who the fuck knows what kind of dream I'm having? But she just says my last name into my ear, and boom, I'm awake. What's wrong? You know. But yeah, you don't.
So it's kind of like the reverse of my safe word.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kind of, I guess. Like it's what you just safe word backwards. Your last name backwards.
Isn't it
Yes.
Hudiche?
It's like Naomi, backwards. It's Imo.
Is that why strippers use that fucking name?
You guys are all thinking that in your head, trying to spell it backwards.
No, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, is that why strippers use that fucking name so much?
Isn't that T.I.?
Too dramatic? I don't know.
He said
T.I.
spell it backwards. I'm sorry.
Oh,
gotcha. Dad jokes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll go
This
sit
is
in
an
the corner.
explicit channel. Trim?
I'll go sit in the corner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our podcast is rated explicit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the E stands for, not excellence.
So what's everybody's love language here?
What?
Stab, stabbity, stab, stab, stab.
Food.
I'm not sure what that means.
Explain it to Trim.
Well, what's your love
said.
language? Some people show their affection and love by giving things, doing things, being touchy-feely.
I pay the bills. That's my love language.
So you're a giver.
Yeah, provider.
Provider. Well, giver, I mean, in the love language terms.
Yeah. I make stuff or do things for people.
I cook and get little gifts that make me think of people.
Yeah. I cook a lot of food.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I forgot to put the brisket in.
Oh, shit.
Dang it.
Well, we'll go in tomorrow morning, and I guess we'll have brisket tomorrow night. But,
I feel like I like taking care of things around here, taking care of
yeah, your love language is just
my husband.
making sure that everything is nice and pretty and done.
Right. I mean, doing the dishes could be an act of love. Everything.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
It is a huge act of love in our household.
Here.
You know how many fucking projects he has?
Yeah.
I can imagine. I could just imagine.
And then having Tiniest, like, help cook. So which means she has to have her own little pot and her own little shit that she can mix up. So,
right. Of course.
Yeah, things get a little bit destructive-y.
That's
Charles like the chef on the Muppets.
Yes, don't dirty.
Yes.
He's not eating, just throwing it past his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the
Like,
dog's
how did you
for.
get flour on the wall?
That was Tiniest. She's the one who dips her hand in the flour.
Antiquing. It's called antiquing.
Yeah.
like that episode of Dumb and Dumber when he walked in his bathroom after he with the chocolate everywhere. It's on the walls.
Yeah, Tiniest likes to get her hands covered in flour. They go and like touch every stainless steel surface because it leaves a handprint, right? And
I still have every tiniest box I ever got.
that's cool.
I kept those.
They're probably the only ones in existence then.
Could be.
Yeah, she was tiny.
For those that don't know, she used to decorate all the packages whenever they had their business. Whenever I'd order from them.
You mean stab them with scissors?
Oh, mine were colored and had drawings on them and everything.
Mine had little stab marks with scissors.
That's
mean. That's what I don't know about that.
Stabby.
Sometimes that was pins. Like she'd get a hold of just a drawing pin, and just like, she was like 1.5, so she didn't quite have perfect hand control. As a baby, everything is like not on or as hard as you possibly can, right? There's no fine, apply gentle pressure. Like you should have seen that when I took her when she was little, I took her to one of those little petting zoos, and she damn near choked a baby duck the fuck out. She was like, awesome. Pet the ducky, grab the ducky.
Elmira?
I want to hug it and squeeze it.
My older brother still give me shit. We had a pet chicken named Dr. Pepper when I was 5, and I took it upon myself to teach Dr. Pepper how to swim.
Chicken name, holy shit!
And I drowned the chicken. Oh
yeah, chickens don't swim.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Well, was it really that hard though?
Right?
Yeah.
Like chickens are like, no, and you're like, just keep it, Dr. Pepper. You're almost there.
Well, I was only 5. I remember him distinctly swimming on top of the water, but then I wanted him to swim under.
That was called floating. That was called floating.
Yeah, you can't do that nowadays. You would have ended up in a special cell.
Right?
Yeah.
We
Jesus,
got
the
through
stuff
away
we
with a
did
lot
back
more
as a
stuff
kid.
as children.
Oh, yeah, man. Back when I was a freaking kid, we did some crazy shit. Like, I built a grasshopper guillotine.
I did too, but it was called a praying mantis.
No, like, I built like an actual guillotine for grasshoppers. It was pretty good size, like 4 foot tall. But,
Shit.
yeah, no, it really was a guillotine. Because the thing was, is my grandma had told me, because we had these, where I grew up in Idaho, we had these huge grasshoppers. We're talking like 4 inches, right? Like just you're massive. They would just decimate. Like they eat like half an ear of corn at a time. So she'd give us like a dime for every one of them that we caught and killed and brought to her. But we're talking, I was a little kid, like say 5, 6.
You have
years
been
old.
charged with the crime of eating
yes.
corn.
Oh yes. There was like court held, and they were like actually like guillotine. But it dropped and everything, man. Like it was great. Like it was an actual guillotine. It was really impressive for a 5-year-old.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it worked great.
That's a lot more creative than a magnifying glass.
Right? When I was
I
7 years old, I lived in Florida as a kid, and we had a bamboo patch in our backyard. I decided one day I was going to build a hang glider. So I cut a bunch of bamboo and lashed it and found some plastic and covered it. And I ran in the house and said, Mom, I built a hang glider. I'm going to go flying. Want to watch? And she laughed and said, let's go look. And there's a little hill in the backyard, and I dove off the hill with my hang glider, and I got about 50 feet of air before I finally came down. And then she made me take it apart.
Fuck that! I've been like, that's awesome, kid.
I was so proud of myself.
Let me put an Apple AirTag on you.
Yeah, she thought it was funny until it worked.
I'll be like, that's great, kid. Let me just put an Apple AirTag on you just in case. We're just gonna super glue it to the back of your neck.
We didn't have any of the technology when I was a kid, so we were forced to go outside. Yeah. I mean, the only way we knew to come home was when it got dark. That was it.
Oh man.
Like, when the lights come on, you got to come home.
Yep, Mom would flash the back porch light off and on. That's when you knew, it's time to go in.
It was like, I don't know, maybe 5 miles to my grandma's house, and we would just walk it. Like nowadays, you couldn't do it, right? Because you'd be worried somebody's going to kidnap you or steal you, or like But back then, we would be like 4, 5, 6 years old, and you're just like, well, just stay on the gravel road, and you just keep going. You're going to get there eventually. And man, we'd have for protection like our Red Ryder BB guns and like a pocket full of like BBs, and that was all we needed, man. We killed so many water skippers that were like in the canals and like shooting little ground squirrels. Man, we had a great time. But growing up doing that, you can't do anything like that nowadays. Somebody called a kid in walking down the road with a BB gun as a domestic terrorist or some shit.
There was not a bird within a mile of my house when I got my BB gun. not one. I mean, literally, I'd be like a sniper crawling through the backyard of the woods. We've got another one. Rob it down.
Where we lived, we were right next to, like, the back of our house was up against the cemetery, and there was all these. I guess you guys. They look like grackles, but they're called magpies. I don't know if you guys have them up that way, but they're a big black and white bird that's just
with a really long tail.
Yeah, real destructive and real loud. And those guys were like worth like 100 points, right? Like, look, because they're
it's the point system.
Yeah, they're worth like 100 points
Those
because
are
they're
real.
such a pain in the ass to get. Super smart. They were super destructive. Well, the cemetery would let us come on there as kids, because they would come down and they would disassemble people's like their little ofrenda type things, you know. When people, is that the word? The ofrenda? Yes. Well, explain. He's really white. They don't know what the fuck ofrenda is.
There you are. I lost
So the
you.
ofrendas are like offerings on gravestones. So whatever the person loved to eat, or if they were a smoker, or if they like drinking a specific beer, you would leave it for them as an offering.
So basically, if I was drunk or if I wanted to drink and smoke, I just go to the graveyard and have a party.
Well, I mean, ideally,
that's
no.
bad karma.
Yeah, that's
like I said, we don't talk about the karma.
That's another step on your yellow brick road to hell. Yeah, yeah.
That's not even a step anymore. I got to slide all the way down.
But yeah, no. So they would go and they disassemble people's like ofrendas and like eat their food and leave messes. And so we would go and we'd go and scare them off, quotation marks. But we'd try to shoot as many of them as we can, like of all sorts of stuff, ground squirrels. It was great. I mean,
it's coming right at us.
Yeah. Oh, then we tried to put all sorts of stuff inside the BB guns, right? Like, so you're not just shooting pellets anymore. You've made darts that are shooting out.
The first time I did that, I broke a windshield.
Yeah, you make the darts from the tip of a shoestring and needle?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best.
And then we made them out of, because
I got shot right in the buttocks by one of those once.
My parents were very, very hands-offish. As long as, like, they only wanted to see us if there was, like, actual confirmed broken bones or uncontrolled bleeding, right?
Yeah, only the strong survive. That's how they roll.
Yeah. So, like, the fair would come through every year, and they would have, like, these giant knife displays and throwing stars and, like, blow guns and all sorts of shit, right? Mm-hmm. And we would just go, we'd save up as much money through the summer as we could to go to the fall and just, like, weapons extravaganza.
And we made the flea market for that stuff. That was
and we
awesome.
we would buy all sorts of stuff. These throwing knives, throwing stars, blow guns that were like, you know, they're like, oh, this will go through a 2x4, or like, you know, all sorts of crazy shit. Mm-hmm. And then probably like within a week lose half the ninja stars. One of them stuck in the eave of the house. You just don't make eye contact with it, hoping nobody will fucking notice.
Good times.
But like occasionally you give me basketball and throw at it to see if you can knock it down without making enough noise to make it seem suspicious. The basketball's been on the roof like 43 times that day, you know. So.
Yeah, or the little set with like 20 of the cheapest throwing knives you've ever seen in your life in them. Oh, those were the best. You throw it in half.
When I got those, I busted my waterbed. It was great. Second floor waterbed.
Waterbed.
Yeah. I went to one of those fairs once when I was younger, and I found this ugly knife. I mean, it was just horrible looking. You know, and the guy's like $2, you can have it. And as soon as I got it, I went over to the guy that sharpens knives, right? You know, paid him. Hey, here, sharpen this up for me. He cleaned this thing up. It ended up being a World War II German knife with a mother of pearl handle after he got it cleaned up. And the guy's like, I'll buy this from you. I'm like, no way you're getting that from me, man.
Hell no.
It turned into like the most gorgeous thing ever.
But that's when I bought a butterfly knife.
That's when you bought your first stabber?
My first stabber.
Heck yeah.
What did you name it?
I learned how to do little tricks. I didn't have a name, but I knew how to do tricks. So I've been quite stabby for a very long time.
Yeah, she has she took my underwear gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so now she has.
That's my office gun.
No, I had I like trading stuff. So I traded this old 22 I had to a guy who needed a 22, and he had a little bitty, God, what is it? The LC9, whatever, little Ruger LC9. A little bitty, like sub compact 9mm, and it's like the underwear gun from Archer. It's a little bitty. I was like, hell yeah! Look, I got an underwear gun. No, that's just her now computer gun. It's an office gun.
It's better than the bathroom gun.
Every bathroom needs a bathroom gun. Stainless steel.
The toilet gun, you gotta have that.
Yeah, you never know. That's when like 3/4 of the freaking people die in the horror movies.
Right?
The washroom gun.
The
Ah,
wash
the
machine
shitter.
gun. Yeah.
The one in the oven.
No,
We bake too much for that.
The microwave
They've got-
gun. Yeah. Dishwasher
This-
gun.
They got the magnetic mounts now that like you can mount your gun anywhere, right? So like a gun, it's like how they have the magnetic mounts that your phone fits on and on your car. They have the magnetic mounts for your gun now, so you can just slap your gun like anywhere that's metal. So like yeah, you can have like a refrigerator gun. And,
So basically, I'd be like RoboCop. I'll just be able to put it on my leg.
Yeah.
Get it on my metal. Nice.
totally, yeah. You just wouldn't even have to have a holster at that point.
It's awesome.
Yeah. How much of your leg is metal? Did they replace your femur or what?
I don't know. It's got a whole bunch of metal in there, and about 83 fucking screws. So
Nice.
38
Shit.
screws.
Why didn't they just fucking replace your femur instead of just trying to put it back together?
It wasn't just my femur. It was like the whole joint was shattered, and then the top of the bone was also shattered. So that's why I was all laid up for fucking ever.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, I've got like they had to put some kind of shit in there. It was like a donor. What do you call that shit?
A cadaver?
No, well, yeah, I'm thinking they got it from that, but it's like donor stuff they put in the bone. It's shit. What is it called? Marrow. They put it all
Marrow?
in there. It's like a Play-Doh, and then it hardens
Yeah.
up. But it takes months and months and months. So I'm basically laying in bed for 6 fucking months because you can't do
Wow.
anything because then you'll actually push on it, and you won't. Your one leg will be short on the other. So
Right.
basically,
Wow.
yeah,
That sucks.
That's worse than anything I ever had. The only metal I got's in my face.
I got like random little pieces of metal in me, but they don't show up unless like I'm not supposed to have an MRI because that would really, really, really suck.
Yeah. I'm not like, I had my jaw rebuilt once.
Oh, I have the old wired shut thing going on.
I took a header off a house onto a concrete slab.
Oh,
Oh, ouch.
Ouch.
Slipped.
I didn't know
Yeah.
there was donor marrow.
Oh, you can donate bone marrow. That's pretty. You can, but I think what he's talking about is like where they scramble up the bone itself and then inject it in there
Yeah,
so that
they
it
mix
can
it up
grow
with
over.
It makes
lattice.
it into like a putty, and it like
Yeah.
hardens.
Yeah.
It takes months to harden.
Yeah, it's got to reorganize itself because you've just scrambled it, right?
Yeah, they mix it
So
in a
it takes
freaking blender.
For a second there, I thought he had someone else inside of him.
He does.
Oh, I do.
He does deep inside of him.
Yeah.
All the way in the bone.
Ankle deep. Yeah.
But no, you can donate. You can donate bone marrow if you're part of the bone.
They'd have to donate a lot of
donor
money
registry.
to me for that one.
They actually do.
It's not that
one of
much.
the
We
very-
looked into that already. Remember?
Yeah,
'Cause
but
they only
do-
give you like $40 now.
Isn't
No,
isn't
it
bone
used
marrow
to be
like
like
extremely
$2,500.
painful?
Not even.
Oh God,
close.
yes.
You're-
It's so painful. It really sucks. But if people can do a bone marrow donation, I suggest that you do it. You're going to save someone's life. A lot of the times when somebody needs a bone marrow donation, it's because they've had cancer or they've had like irradiation to the point where their bone marrow is no longer producing its own white blood cells or bone, or like red blood cells and stuff. So you're going to save a life with a bone marrow donation. Legitimately, actually save a life. But it is extremely painful. Like 0 out of 10. Do not recommend on a Saturday night. Incredibly painful.
Would
I've
be
done it
weird if
once.
I got an erection when this was happening.
Yes, I mean you can, but I guarantee it's gonna kill that boner faster than Dianne Feinstein. It's it's painful. It is. So they drill a little hole. They cut a tiny little half inch or so incision on your ilium and ischium, so like right up there on your hip, right? And then they drill a little hole into that doesn't hurt. Totally fine. Drill a little hole in the bone, just feels like vibration. You're good. Then they sent this little device that goes in there and scrambles up the bone marrow. Still doesn't hurt. Feels a little weird, like something vibrating the shit out of the whole bone. Not painful. Then they inject water, sterile water into your bone, and that feels like you're exploding from the inside fuck out. See, bone don't have bend receptors. They also don't have pain receptors, but they do have stretch, like pain receptors, very, very sensitive ones. So even the slightest bit of pressure inside the bone causes a lot of pain. So, and then they...
And I suppose you can't have too much painkiller because it would get into the donation, huh?
Yeah, it's not that fun. And it doesn't... It's quite a sharp pain for about 30 seconds. And then, they put it in there, they suck all the bone marrow out that they can get a hold of. It's usually like 30 to 40 cc's total volume. It's not that much bone marrow. It's mixed with, with fluid. And then they put a little piece of epoxy over the little hole and give you some stuff that goes over the, butterfly bandages or liquid stitches to go over the incision mark. However, over the next week and a half, that area now, because it's been stretched, has like phantom stretch pain, and the bone hurts, and it just feels like you've like the day after you broke a bone, like that deep achy feeling. It's like that for like a week and a half. Not fun, but you do legitimately save someone's life. It's really interesting though, like if somebody, like the primary way that they have been able to cure people that have HIV or AIDS is to take bone marrow from certain Native American tribes that are resistant to HIV and AIDS. And there's certain tribes of people as well in Europe that are just naturally resistant to it. And it's what they made the CRISPR babies, the Chinese CRISPR babies out of too. But you can take their bone marrow and put it into somebody that has HIV or AIDS, and they'll start making the antibodies for HIV and AIDS. Wow. And they'll be clear of HIV and AIDS within 6 months. Just completely cured.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, they've had the cure for a while. It's just highly unpleasant. What the fuck were we supposed to be talking about? Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
We're talking about HIV, same thing, right?
Well,
yeah.
Love for your fellow humans and donating.
Yeah, love your fellow. I mean, there's stuff that you can donate
to. That's a
stretch.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's a stretch. Get it? Bone stretch? No?
Yeah. You can donate blood. That's a big one. Donate plasma. You can donate all sorts of different things.
Did that today.
Yeah. You can donate.
The place I work had a Valentine's Day blood drive.
Nice. That sounds great.
Yeah. I got my free cookies and my juice. Yes, sir.
Dude, they should give it. I mean, they should give you like something better than cookies and juice. They're not. They're selling that.
Well,
they're not giving it away.
What are you talking about? Because I can donate blood right now.
Yeah, they don't pay for anything that I know around here.
No, but they turn around and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Like those plasma places, like they pay here anyway. Yeah, they pay you good, like $250 a week or something like that. But they turn around and sell that shit. But they sell it for like $1,000 a freaking dose to the hospitals.
Dude, when I was in the Navy, we used to donate plasma Fridays after work if we didn't have watch, only because then we would go out drinking with the money they gave us. So we would get so fucked up so fast. It's basically great. Our Friday ritual every time we came back.
Oh man, back in the day, we'd all start IVs on each other before we went out. I wasn't even like a medic in the Army, but we'd all start IVs before we went out and just like co-band the shit out of the freaking hub and hang a bag on your bunk so that when you crawled in there, somebody would just like the last most sober person would hook everybody up and run the bag into them.
That's brilliant.
Wow.
It was great.
I just wouldn't trust anybody to stab me.
A drunk guy stabbing you. Yeah.
No. You did it way before everybody went out.
So you're going out with a freaking needle hanging out of your arm?
It's not a needle. It's a catheter, and it's taped up. It's taped up. They just have the hub, the little bitty little hub.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You are a psychopath.
It's brilliant.
It really is.
It was fucking amazing. It worked great.
In the medical aesthetic world, people pay $150 for an IV hydration.
Oh, my Lord have mercy.
I mean, it's instantly, your hangover is just
They do,
instantly
like,
gone.
Bachelor parties, wedding parties.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
like
in the wrong
everybody's
fucking
fucked up
business.
the next day. You just show up and give everybody $1 bag of fucking fluid and like some vitamins and some donuts, and then you just
B12.
like, hey, that's $150 a piece. Yeah,
Wow.
That's
Interesting.
fantastic.
easy. There's a whole business built up around that around
they
here.
have so many businesses. They
Yeah.
have mobile IV hydration nurses that go around and stick you.
They're not real nurses.
I
Most of
bet
them
you
are
their
real.
Saturdays are real busy.
Yep.
There's probably Sunday fucking mornings real busy.
Mm-hmm.
They usually do it. I usually call them after you're already hungover, and after the drinking's done.
Yep.
But yeah,
Wow. Interesting.
Hey, so I just got an email, guys. We just hit 250 downloads.
what?
Nice.
That's great. Like, they're totally going to not download this episode though.
Now this is a
They're gonna
stupid
get about-
episode.
hands down our worst, and it's not anything to do with our guests. It's just there was zero prep, and it was supposed to be about a subject we all suck at, and I mean, if it was about drugs, it'd be great. But like,
We still have 4 minutes left.
yeah, usually about now it gets into somebody's weird personal story.
Yeah.
All right, Toxic, let's go. You got a weird personal story.
Oh, on the spot, not really. Like you said, none of us were really prepared.
Well, preparedness is for weenies. You never be prepared.
You were
Right.
just looking up shit about fucking earlier.
Oh, come on. Just one time.
Yeah. But I like the idea of the couples counseling with psilocybin. That's really cool.
Yeah, so do I.
That's
Oh,
really
no,
nice.
yeah. I mean, as long as the setting is fucking set up.
That'd
It's
be
fucking,
awesome, actually. It'd be a really
yeah.
good way to connect.
Yeah.
I've seen videos
Yeah, I
where
was
they actually
thinking
go to an
that too.
island and they actually like fast and they all have meetings and everything else the night before.
So
That they
we're
don't
going to
eat
start
in
our
the
own
morning.
fantasy island?
Dude, they have that. And they charge them like $1,500 to go ahead and give them fucking.
Can I be the guy
$10
that
worth
runs
of
out and
fucking
yells, the
psilocybin.
plane, Deadpool, the plane?
Yeah, you could be the guy who sets up the fake like catastrophe that we all have to survive.
Oh, I like it.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
Does it have to be fake?
I mean,
Is
we
there
do want the guests to pay.
Well, they
Like,
have
we're
to
not
pay
gonna have to
upfront,
screw their-
obviously.
Okay, well that's okay.
All right.
Honey, I feel like we're always like doing psilocybin and doing the couples therapy thing.
Sort of.
Like I feel like when I'm in a funk, I dose.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
And when you're upset, I dose you.
Yeah.
But
You don't even know
I've
it.
also dosed you for other things too. So-
Oh Jesus, this is a good story.
There's this one fucking time, right? I had a
Mind you, we were still dating.
yeah, we were still dating. And so that's back when my wife used to love me a lot. And so we're sitting there. I have to get up in 3.5 hours, right? And my wife had a bottle of fucking champagne and was singing me fucking Mexican love songs, right? She's like loud as shit, just leaning over the top of me, just singing Mexican love songs. And I'm like, shh, go to bed. I have to be up in 3 hours. I'm going to be up for 18 hours. Like, shh, go to bed. And she just wouldn't stop singing. So I got a sleeping pill, the doxylamine succinate, because she did drink it. So I was like, this is probably about enough. And when she was in the middle of the fucking refrain, mouth open, I'm all, whoopah! And there's just perfect.
No shit, right in the back of my throat. I couldn't even stop it.
But it was hilarious. Look on her face was like, what? And she was like, what was that? I was like, a sleeping pill. You have 30 minutes.
We now have the sound bite for this episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what do you do?
Exactly. That's how it happened.
It wasn't much
I
cuter
couldn't even
noise.
stop it.
But
Couldn't stop it. It's
it's
perfect.
and then she was like, okay. And then she just like redoubled her efforts for 30 minutes until it was just like you took the batteries out of something or it slowly ran out of
like
batteries.
a canary after that.
Yeah, she's just like, all right, 30 minutes, here we go. I'm on stage. And then just like redoubled the efforts until
And then I don't remember what happened after that.
he ran out of batteries, dropped the freaking rest of the champagne bottle, rolled over fully clothed, and went to sleep. And I was like, good Lord, finally, 2.5 hours later, I'm awake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times for you. You were still, you hadn't even moved much when I came home. Yep. There we go.
Good times.
That's my basically dating is just drugging people.
That's called date rape. I guess
No, there was no rape involved. I just needed her to be quiet.
yeah.
I had to sleep.
Tomato,
I had work.
tomato.
I guess I could tell the story of when I met my wife for the first time.
Does it involve drugs?
No, but it does involve drinking.
Okay,
Okay.
that works.
Okay, so a little known fact in Canada, in a lot of places, you only have to be 18 to drink, right? I was 17,
Yeah.
but I snuck up there anyway, and I was a designated driver for my friends. And this drunk girl comes up to me, could barely stand up, and looks at me and says, "Buy me a beer and I'll love you forever." And I did. And we're still married to this day.
Aww.
That was one expensive damn beer, and neither one of us hardly drink.
You're still paying for it. Damn.
Yeah.
That's the beer that keeps on
Yep.
going.
Yeah, we're both from the USA. We met in Canada at a bar, and neither one of us hardly drink.
So you were just fucked from the get.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cute. That was a way.
It's kismet. It was meant to be.
Yeah, that was a heartwarming story.
question-
I had to borrow the money to buy this girl a beer.
The
though,
question
from
is,
my buddy.
if karma's real, dude, what did you do when you were a kid?
Yeah,
right?
you had to have done something nice.
Right? I was a
Yeah,
good
You
kid.
that's
they-
exactly
they-
what I meant.
Yeah, John seems like the nice kid who's gonna like help the old lady or get people's mail for them and shit like that.
I was the really nice kid that the girls didn't want to date. You know, like, oh, you're such a nice. I'm gonna marry a guy like you. I said, well, why are you dating the assholes when you want to marry a guy like me? But you know, I didn't. I just thought that. I didn't say
That's
that.
what my favorite T-shirt says. I might not be Mr. Right, but I'm Mr. Right now.
Yep. I was
Dude,
always
like-
a nice guy, though. Always have been.
Man, like we're all older, but have you seen like the fucked up kids these days? Like, could you imagine trying to date in like 2023 as like a fucking 18-year-old?
Dude, I don't even know, but getting blowjobs in the bathroom when I was fucking 8 then. I mean, that's what they do nowadays, right?
Dude,
It's like fucking crazy.
Do kids even date anymore? They have Tinder and shit now, don't they? They just
High school
Oh my-
Tinder?
I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck is that?
You have to be so. Everybody's got to be so freaking careful because you just even look at someone wrong nowadays, and they'll be like, "Oh, I raped me." You know, it's like, man, I just really.
Wait, if you get
it
in
would
trouble for that,
suck.
I'm in some deep.
I'm so triggered right now.
Just
Yeah,
that word
no,
annoys
but people like
me.
do.
Just that word annoys me. Triggered.
They what
Yeah,
triggered?
that just annoys me.
Yeah.
Triggered is like when you make fun of somebody's disability, like being colorblind. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, come on, dude. Like,
Gotcha.
Dude,
you're
Red light.
if
You're
it's
like-
any consolation, man,
I'm canceling all you guys. You're canceled.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm in a wheelchair. I'm pretty easy game.
Wow, we don't even care about that stuff. You're
Well-
just another Michael guy like us.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
if we should have been recording during the green room when we were talking about giving him tank treads, we were making a killdozer out of his wheelchair. It was going to be
Yeah.
Killdozer 2.0 now indoors. It was going to be freaking
That's
amazing.
right.
I still say we ought to go ahead and build it. Why not? Right?
Dude,
Yeah.
if you build it, Toxic will come.
We have
All
the technology.
over.
Yeah.
I've probably got enough spare parts out in the shed to do one, in a week or so. And that's not a
Well, you
joke.
could- yeah. I was like, hey, you guys have like snow machines up there. You got to tread the machine part of it down. You just got to put a seat.
Well, shoot, I'll just rip a skid steer apart. Why not, man?
Oh shit! You're going way bigger than I was thinking. I was going for like maximum mobility. You're like fucking killdozer,
right?
You
Well, maybe
maybe
we can meet
call
in there
that a
somewhere.
tank.
yeah.
Let's see. I've got a D9 dozer. Let me see how I can.
Ugh. That's a big bastard. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We had
we'll go smaller. A D6.
Dude, the biggest one I ever saw was like, I think it was like a DC-10. That was in Iraq. It looked like a moving house. Like it was like literally the size of like a single story house.
Yeah.
It was huge. They could
Yeah,
literally push over like heels with it. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
For Caterpillar brand, D11 is the largest they make.
Hmm.
But those
This thing
are
was
pretty much only
huge.
on mines. They're too big to transport anywhere.
This was the biggest single moving machine I've ever seen. And it was, I've been to mines where they have like those big dump trucks. This thing was at least the same size, but it was like 3 stories tall. Like it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It was a, like
They
they
have
would
stairs that come down and you walk
Yeah.
upstairs to get in them. Yep. I've driven them.
They were using, I believe they were putting landing pads and stuff like that in and building runways with it. This is like single pass. It takes off like 3 feet of dirt and just like pushes an entire heel over. You know, it's like, it was amazing. It was fast. I think the Navy CB guys were the ones that had them over there. But it was pretty impressive.
I love playing with the heavy equipment. It's a great life. They pay me to play in the dirt. It's great.
I have a heavy equipment story. So back in the day, I was really, really excited to learn that these rent-a-center places didn't ask you a single fucking question. Like nothing when you go to rent tools, right? They don't ask you, hey, do you know how to operate that? Or like, hey, have you ever fucking operated anything before in your entire fucking life? They don't ask me shit. Nothing.
Is your credit card gonna bounce? That's probably the only question I have.
So I was like, you know, they're like, oh, we're gonna load it up there. You know, pull your truck around back. You got the trailer. We're gonna load you up the Bobcat, right? Because I needed it to pop a bunch of post holes in some really, really, really rocky and tough ground. So it had like this hydraulic post hole digger that was rock breaker on it, right?
Yeah.
And so they hooked it up, and I was like so excited, man. This was, God, I don't know, shit, long fucking time ago, many, many years. And so I like told everybody, I was like, got a Bobcat, hell yeah. And they didn't ask me if I knew how to run the Bobcat. I don't even know how to start the son of a bitch. Hell yeah, Bobcat. I was so freaking excited about this bastard. I get it. I pull it off the trailer. The first thing I do is go to try to lift it up. And it turns out they didn't ever secure the tool on. I had totally, in my taking 3,000 pictures with my iPhone 1, like the initial iPhone, first smartphone, I had totally like glossed over that you're supposed to flip this lever to keep the tool on the front, right? So I totally forgot. So I went to go like lift it up after screwing with it. The tool falls off, flies to the side, rips every fucking hydraulic hose off the son of a bitch. Right? Like all of them. Hydraulic fluid fucking everywhere. Broke the hoses. Freaked out. Ran back, like pressed on the pedals because I thought it was going to hit me as it was flying around. Ran over the device. Just jacked it all up.
No.
Yeah,
That's
I took it
bad.
back and I was like, yeah,
This
I took
thing
it
doesn't
back.
work.
You guys brought this.
I was like, I can't get it to work. But they were nice enough. They were nice enough to like only charge me for like the hose fittings and then show me what I was doing. And after that was my first time as an adult operating heavy machinery. And now I freaking love Bobcats, man. I love them, love them.
That's actually one of
I
my
can play around
favorite
those things
things.
all day long.
One of my favorite things to do to my students when they first start running like the front end loader or something, I'll sneak in there and I'll uncouple the bucket. And then, you know, they're driving along, they go to dump a load and the whole bucket falls off. And I run up there screaming like, "What did you do?" You know, just freaking out. It's fun. Just fun.
On the ranch, we had one of those loaders with the backhoe. Well, yeah, it was like it was the yellow one.
Yeah.
I guess it's Cat brand.
Yeah, the backhoe.
But we loved it. I mean, even my wife would drive it around too, and man, we used it for all sorts of. I mean, we tried to come up with things to use it. Planting trees, fuck yeah. We're not going to dig with a shovel when we got a bucket, right?
I'm making a pond with this bitch.
Man,
I just got a new
Love it.
excavator,
Ooh.
and right before the snow came, I had the thumb on it, so it has a claw. I grabbed a 12-inch tree and I just chopped it in half with that sucker. It's so powerful. It's awesome.
Nice.
And then you grab the stump and just rip it out of the ground. I love it. Can't wait.
Yeah, we're looking. We're real excited to get our new farm going, so I can rent all those cool things from Home Depot and play with them again.
Yeah.
But
I always said if the apocalypse comes, I'm coming down there with my dozer. I'm just gonna load up a steel tanker.
Come on, buddy.
I'll hook
Bring
onto the
the
steel
wife,
tanker and just
bring the
drag the
kids.
tanker behind me.
I just bring
All
all
right,
my
guys.
equipment.
Yeah. So normally at the end here, Toxic and wife lady, what we normally do is we try to say something positive or give some positive message or some positive reaffirmation at all for everybody. I know this entire podcast has been a total shit show. But hey, that's Valentine's Day. Let's start as usual with Deadpool because he is the most Eeyore-like of us. Go, buddy.
Did you just call me evil?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, that's good. So here's what I'm going to say. Don't do anything stupid. And if you put stupid out into the universe, stupid's going to come back. Just like sandwiches.
That was good. You fucking tied it all in together, too. That was well
right?
done.
See that shit?
That was that was really well done. All right, John.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I Googled this, but I might have.
Cheating bastard.
Hey, I have a supercomputer. I'm sorry. Okay. How about this one? Loving is not just looking at each other; it's looking in the same direction.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like gazing on your people.
Really? You just
the
Googled
clip.
that? That's what you Googled?
I Googled that. Don't never underestimate my Google foo.
Is that called Goofoo?
It warmed the cockles of my heart.
Yeah.
All right, Toxic, what do you got for us, buddy?
No matter how busy you think you are, there's always time to be kind.
Yes.
That must be nice because I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Yeah. It kind of burned.
My job is done.
Yeah.
All right, wife lady.
This is for my novice people that are afraid to try anything in the mushy world, psilocybin. If you guys are feeling some type of way, need a little boost, have anxiety, don't be afraid to dose moderately, start low, build a tolerance to it, meditate, and put good out in the world and get that back.
You just stole that from me. That's not cool at all.
And finally, me. We love you guys, and if you do get a chance to sign up to be a donor of any kind and save a life or change a life, whether it's donating blood or becoming an organ donor, donating, bone marrow, or just cutting your hair and donating it to Locks for Love, go ahead and do that. It's putting good out in the world and expecting it to come back to you. It'll just doing it out of the goodness of your heart. It's going to come back to you tenfold. Once again, thank you for listening to the Fuck Off and Find Out podcast. We apologize for the absolute shit show dumpster fire that this episode was. We are happy to
apologize at all.
Something. If you learned something or you have something to take away from this, it would be that
I don't know how that happened.
Just really enjoy talking to you guys, whether it's going to be super awesome or just a total dumpster fire. Keep your penguins close and stay away from cliffs. You can find us at the Fuck Around and Find Out. It's FAFO Cult on Discord. You can find our Venmo at FAFO Cult. One word, if you want to throw a couple of dollars our way, we promise to use it for absolutely nothing good, pure debauchery, and to keep the podcast alive. We do have an Etsy store, and we're going to start putting up stuff up there, including things
bling,
like
bling, bling, bling.
bling, yeah, and some of those little inside jokes that you can enjoy. Like maybe there'll be a penguin T-shirt or a penguin hat or a penguin tote
or a giant cock poster.
Yes.
I've got
Warcock. Yeah.
General Cockatoo.
So you'll be able to find that at the Etsy store is at FAFO Cult, one word as well. We love you guys, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your lives to listen to us. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the Discord. Bye-bye.
Smooches.
Woohoo!
Later.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Yeah.